Hello and welcome to Flightsim Planner. Thank you for downloading. I'll just go over it and explain how it works. First of all, you start with using the Start Navigation button. Click it, and after a while the Google Map will load. It has no map now because I set it up that way. When you push the button here on the top, you get the choice of all the different overlays we have on stock for you. The first tab, and you have a bunch of tabs showing around. The first tab shows the basic Google Maps overlay, and next to the standards that are from Google, I created a special one. This is the aviation style day overlay. Push the button here on the top again, and you'll get the map. You can move the map around just by dragging and zooming in, zooming out. Is just as you're used to with maps. The initial location, in my case it's Echo Hotel Lima Echo, is set up in the setup menu. Setup menu is here on the right top side, and clicking settings you get the settings menu, and on the top you have the home airport. You can push the search button and search for your own airport. Can get Tater Rural Airport, and put that in. You even can select the preferred runway that's in use over there. I don't know which one that is, so I'll just select one. If you've got an airport that doesn't have any runways within the database, you just get the unknown thing, and it will just use the location of the airport itself. Scrolling down, you get the server port and server address over here. These are for the connection to your flight simulator. The marker type visible are the markers from the database that are visible on the map. Usually I don't use the heliports, seaplane base and balloon ports. Heliports, for instance, clutter up your map quite a lot because there are quite a lot of heliports within the database. So I'll just remove it from that list. The show instrument one, I'll just put that on. I'll show you in a minute how that looks. Connection type, you can go to your simulator. You need a special piece of software for that. Just go to my website and download it. Or you can use the GPS, inbuilt GPS of your tablet. The buffer and the buffer size, there is a red buffer visible on the map. I'll show you a little later. Within that buffer, the area within that buffer is used for getting the station for the weather around your location and all other stuff that's related to the route you've planned or the current location you are in. The airport charge URL is a web server. This is mine at the moment, which is used to get the your own geo-referenced maps served from. That will be explained in a later video. Just push the save button. It just shown you that it will not go to the new location. It does show the 6 instruments right now, which do only work when you connect it to your simulator. Otherwise they're useless. So if you're doing VFR with your GPS, you can just turn them off because they're not really useful at that point. If you want to go to your new location, what you could do then is just leave the navigation window for now, go back into this, and then again start navigation button. It will load up and it will show you the new location. Just zoom in a little bit and we'll get to Teterboro Airport. Kilo Tango, what is it? I don't know. Kilo Tango Echo Bravo. What you see me doing right now is pushing the marker of the airport, and you will see a whole bunch of information about that airport. You get the general information, the location, all the frequencies in use over there, and the different runways that are there. Underneath you see the note and METAR and TEF button. Pushing the TEF button will get the current TEF from the aviation weather website. Same for the METAR. pushing the METAR will allow the METAR, and any NOTAMs will be fetched from the AAF. That takes a little bit longer to get them all in. These are all current METARs. Pushing somewhere on the map will remove the information button. I'll go back to the settings for a bit to get the instruments out of the way, because that's just not very useful at the moment. What you'll see here is that that map shows the FAA sectional charts. When you go into this and you go to the AAF US maps, you'll see that these are enabled. When you push disable, you get the Google Map thing that I've created, and if you enable them, you will see the sectional ones. What you must do, because somehow it interferes with each other, is get that one to none, because some labels and stuff from a Google Maps will overlay over the sectional chart. You will see that some are turned on and off. So if you do none, that's not visible anymore. The airspaces are off right now. I get them from skylines.com. If you enable them, well, it's not really very visible on the AAF map, because the sectional charts have their own airspaces. So you can turn them off, you can turn them on, it doesn't really matter, because you don't really see them. So I'll turn them off for right now. Going to the weather, the open weather maps thing is not really working that good at the moment, but you can use the Canadian weather stuff. If you push the wind arrows, you will get an overlay of all the wind currently over the location of Teterboro. And you can also push the North American radar on. I don't know if it's visible somewhere, you can check that, because, well, there's not much precipitation or anything else around at the moment on this location. So, well, cannot really show you how that looks, but, well, let's see. No. But anyhow, it will work. If you have areas with precipitation in them, you will see grey turning into blue and red type of radar screen thing. What you always see is when I'm moving the map around, you get this arrow with a green line attached to it from your current location. This is an handy tool to get to. For instance, if you get this airport, this is the Kilo Mike Uniform Airport. If you want to fly to there, you just have the ability to put that line in. You know it's 60 nautical miles from your destination at a course of 257. So that's a handy tool to have around during your flight, but also during the flight planning stage. Underneath here, you will see the airspaces in which we are at the moment in terms of where we've moved the map to. It's D class Morristown Town, and it's B class New York. And the Morristown Town is from ground to 2,700 NSL, and the New York one is from 3,000 NSL to 7,000 NSL. So you probably need some kind of approval to fly into this area. Anyhow, this is basically what you do when you want to plan a route. The first thing you need to do is just turn one into the database. So what I'll do, and I'll just switch back to my own home airport for just a sec, because I know much more better where I can fly to and know the area quite well. So it's easier for me to plan a flight from there than do it somewhere in the United States, because I'm not from the United States. So I'll get back to my home airport of Lelystad Airport in the Netherlands. I'll get the aviation style map in, and I'll turn the airspaces on. So at this moment you'll see the airspaces all over the map and my home airport. Now, for instance, I want to fly from my home airport, that's Echo Hotel Lima Echo, to Echo Hotel Golf Golf. And Echo Hotel Lima Echo is the first airport. Choose that. You need to push the search button, you can not type in directly. And Echo Hotel Golf Golf is at the airport. And normally we use the Teugen airport as the alternate airport. Well, fly, well, it doesn't really matter what also. Let's say that we do that at 2000 MSL with an indicated airspeed of around 100 knots. Save that and then go to the button next to it. This is the activate route button. You will see the new created route, and on the top here you have the ability to put in the wind direction and the speed. For now we leave them to 0, but you can put the real wind direction and speed in there, and I'll show you a little later on, but it will calculate the correct wind angles for you. Well, for now it's just one straight line from Lelystad Airport to Echo Hotel Golf Golf. Well, the way to edit this route is to push the edit line, and just move your thing to, for instance, the Echo Hotel Oscar Airport. Here on the right, all the locations that are known within the database within this square, great square area are put into the list to the right here. And I just want to go to my current location, because I can put the Echo Hotel Echo, because if I'm here and I push Echo Hotel Echo, it will put a new route point on top of Echo Hotel Oscar Airport. When I want to move this point around, I just hold it for a bit, and then you'll see I can move it around. Could move it to Koevoorden, for instance, and you'll see that new destinations to the first, the waypoint before and the waypoint after, are calculated and made visible within these route arrows. Now move that around, and you'll see I've edited the route a bit. Just push it again, and I'll get to Meppel, for instance, and I'll get the current position for there, and you see it has changed that thing. Push and hold it for a sec, and you can move the route line to a new location. This is a way of planning your routes. You can make that route visible underneath here. You can grab this and move it to the top. This is the whole of the route we just created. You're leaving Lelystad Airport. This is just the location in between. When you push these, you see that the map is moving to a specific location. Then that airport is chosen, and in the end it's Eldon Airport. And this gives you the ability to move the non-fixed positions around, and you'll see when I do that it has changed this one and this one to the other position. Move them back, and it will change the map again. And this, just move it back down, and it will not be visible, and up if it will. You can put both the compass heading and the magnetic heading in there. If your compass has some deviation on certain courses, you can just set it here. The minus will be to the east and the plus will be to the west. So I'll just put in a little bit of deviation. You will see that the compass heading is changing that 1 degree. The magnetic heading, well, that's mostly when you're doing routes like this within the country, or not more than like 200-300 miles, then you can set it just as one value. Minus will be to the east, and the plus will be to the west. So you have the whole of your magnetic deviation in there. Within NLs at the moment it's really not the case, because the zero deviation line is crossing the Netherlands somewhere, so there's really not much of a variation within the Netherlands at the moment. The airspaces to the right here show up just moving them around, and you can just check the map waypoint. For instance, I'll only see that I have a mandatory zone in there, class A, but that starts from 65 flight level 65, and class E, which is just accessible for us, which is until flight level 95, which is only within the weekends, but within weekdays you can fly to 65. So you definitely need to know some of the local area things that are in play at the moment. Well, moving around to some others. Locations like this one, there are a couple of transparentary zones, and you still see the B and D class airspace going to Groningen. And you will see that CTR is shown as well. Also just moving into Groningen a bit, that CTR is shown. Pushing that thing and we'll remove the airspaces altogether. One thing I wanted to show you before I end this is the charts thing. That's again the maps button, and then the charts tab, and then I have prepared the Echo Hotel Golf Airport, as you see here. Push that, it will load an example image from my website, and you'll see that it has overlaid the IP map from Echo Hotel Golf over the chart, so you have an exact way of flying in, because you need to get to Romeo first, and then follow the this route to Tango, which you can be put into a hold pattern. So what you can do is just add these points. For instance, this one, say current position, and again push it. And sometimes that doesn't work, but the trick is, or just go and try again, or the next thing you can do is just push and hold it, and then the new waypoint window will show up as well. So this is also a way of nicely and accurately planning your route. When you have in settings set it up with your GPS and save it, then you can push the connect button here at the top, and for now it's just went to my home address where I live at the moment, or where I'm recording this video, so I'll just leave it again, and but normally it will go into the location where you are at the moment, and so the connect button is pushed from the moment on you are starting your flight. Hopefully this is explanatory enough for you to get started with Flightsim Planner Pro. I'll see you again soon, and get some other videos in as well. For instance, for how you prepare the georeference maps, and maybe some other stuff as well. Thank you for listening, and thank you for downloading and using.